Hey girl, it's Ryan Morel, and girl, in today's video, I will be showing you what is on my Apple Watch. Yeah, so in today's video, I'll be sharing with you what I think are the best apps that you can download on your Apple Watch, you know, how I use my Apple Watch on a daily basis, if I think it's worth it, if I think it's an essential gadget that a student or college student should have. We're gonna be talking about all things Apple Watch today. But of course, before we begin with that, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, I would love to have you be a part of our little family. So make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and the little bell next to it to get notified every single time I post a video, Wednesday and Saturday, 2 p.m. Yeah, so make sure to subscribe because there's a lot more back to school, college related, tech related content coming your way. So this is the Apple Watch that I have. It's just plain black. This is the 38mm watch. So there's a 38mm and a 42mm, but I think that this size is good enough for my wrist. And I do have another strap. This is my only other Apple Watch strap. I got this from Casetify and it's red and green, and I got this because I was super into like the Gucci look, which is why I got green and red straps. Not really my style anymore. I kind of regret buying this, I'm not gonna lie, just because it's green and red. It's like Merry Christmas, hello. So right now I prefer just a classic black strap. So I got this late last year, I think like November, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I got this for a very shallow reason. I simply just liked the way that an Apple Watch looked. I just like the look of having an Apple Watch. Like it looks very like, ooh, she's like techie. Ooh, she has like her life together. I don't know. That's probably not what you think when you see someone with an Apple Watch. Also, not gonna lie, this is the first time I've touched it in 3 months. Ever since they suspended physical face-to-face in-person classes, I have not touched this Apple Watch. So it's been a few months, but before, when school still existed, I did wear this every single day. So I'd like to think that I've already gotten my money's worth. So what do I use this Apple Watch for? I use this Apple Watch for what the heck is this? This is one. For 3 main purposes. Number 1 is to check the date and time. Honestly, super helpful because I am someone who never knows what day it is. Now, especially that we're in quarantine, like I literally never know what day it is. But even back when life and school existed, I would never know the day. I'd only know the date if it was close to a holiday. So it was really helpful for me to have a watch that would just like display the date and the day of the week. Number 2, this is gonna sound really shallow as well and very like shallow. It's to change the volume on Spotify. For me, it was really quite a hassle. Hassle might be an overstatement, but it was a little bit of a hassle for me because I listen to music on my AirPods when I'm on the way to class. You know, when the song changes and it's suddenly like a really loud song and I'm like, oh, I really want to change my volume. But also I'm walking and I'd have to like go through my bag and like look for my phone and I might trip, you know, because I'm clumsy. So it's really, really helpful for me to be able to change the volume of my Spotify, of my music, by turning this little dial on the side of the Apple Watch. And number 3, last main purpose, is to check my notifications. So to check my messages, Messenger, Viber, Telegram, mail, because you do get your notifications from your phone on your Apple Watch. And it's really helpful because, you know, there are a lot of classes, even in college, there are a lot of classes with professors who don't allow you to, you know, bring out your phone. So it's really helpful to have your notifications just displayed on your watch. You also get notifications when someone calls you. So if someone's calling you and, you know, again, if your phone's in your bag or somewhere where you don't really want to like reach for it, you can simply answer the phone if you have your AirPods on. So those are the 3 main features that I use the most on my Apple Watch. So now I'm going to show you what is on my Apple Watch. First, I'm going to show you my different phases. This is my go-to phase because it shows everything that I want to immediately know. So on the top right, we have the time, of course, very important. It is a watch. And in the middle, you have in big letters the date and the day of the week. Again, super helpful. And at the very bottom, there are 3 things. First is the battery, which I need to check often because I am just really bad at charging my stuff. Next, we have activity, and this one shows you how much activity you've done. The red outermost circle shows you how many calories you've burned today. The green one shows you how many minutes you've worked out, and the blue innermost circle shows you how many hours you've been standing. This is just really nice to get a gauge of like how active you've been. Next, of course, we have Spotify, which again, I use a lot on this device. This one is similar to the last one, but it shows different stuff. Of course, we have the time, then we have the date on the top left, and then we have reminders. So I use this phase when I have urgent things that I need to do. Bottom left, we have breathe, which I'll talk about later when we go into the apps. Then we have activity and battery again. For my next phase, this one just shows purely activity. So when I work out or when I have PE, this is the phase that I have on. And next we have this one. This is just like a classic watch, and it just shows the activity as well. So again, if I'm working out, I either use the previous phase or this one. Next, this one's like just a classic watch. This is if I want to look a little bit more professional, you know. And next, this is my last phase. This one is when I want to look super professional and look super businessy. So those are my 5, was that 5? My 5 watch phases. So I'm just gonna hop on to the watch app so you can clearly see like all the different kinds of faces, because maybe you're interested in buying an Apple Watch, but you're like, how can I customize it? Here, these are all the different ways you can customize your Apple Watch. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you what is actually on my Apple Watch, all the apps that I have. Sorry, by the way, for the change in audio. I'm using a different mic right now, and I figured this setup would be the best since I can't screen record my Apple Watch. And also, it's 8 a.m., which is why my voice is like this. Okay, so let's just go to the home screen. So right now it's on grid view, so let's long press to go to list view. So we're just gonna go through these apps alphabetically. So first we have activity. Again, you see the 3 rings. If you go down, you can actually see the specific numbers. So again, how many calories you've burned, how long you've exercised, and how long you've been standing. If you go down, you can see some graphs. Obviously right now there is literally nothing. If you go down some more, you can see your total number of steps, which I love to monitor, total distance, and flights of stairs climbed. Next, we have alarms. If I have something urgent that I have to do within the day, I will set an alarm on my Apple Watch instead of my phone, because then I can actually feel when it goes off, because when an alarm goes off, your watch vibrates, which is very hard to miss. Next, we have the App Store, audiobooks. I don't have any audiobooks. We have Be Focus, which is a Pomodoro app. It's basically just a timer. So it's a 25-minute timer, and I use this when I really want to focus, when I really want to accomplish a task in a certain time. Next, we have the Bible, which I have never used on this device because it'll be super hard to read the Bible from a screen this tiny. We have Breathe, which is one of my most used apps. This is a mindfulness app. It's a breathing app. So whenever I'm super stressed or anxious for a test, I will just open this app and breathe for a minute. We have the calculator, and I think it just looks super cute on the Apple Watch. We have calendar, camera. Camera is super helpful on the Apple Watch when you have to take group photos and you don't have anyone to take your photo, or if you're taking photos by yourself. This is great because the camera app on the Apple Watch basically acts as a remote and as a mini viewfinder, so you can see exactly what you look like on your phone, you know, check if everyone's in frame. We have CNN, and I actually don't open this app. I just read all the notifications it gives me. We have Currency, which I use quite a bit, especially when I'm online shopping. I always like to convert dollars to pesos, so this app is super helpful for that. Next, we have cycle tracking for all my ladies out there. I always track my cycle. I think it's super helpful to do so because that way you're not blindsided. And even though cycle trackers are never like super accurate for me, at least I have a general range of when I'm gonna get my period. We have Find People, GMA News, similar to CNN. I just read all the notifications it gives me. We have Headspace, which is a mindfulness app. I love using mindfulness apps on the Apple Watch because it's a super duper subtle and quick way to get a quick mindfulness session in. Next, we have heart rate, mail, maps, Merriam-Webster. Merriam-Webster on the watch is so good because if you're too lazy to actually type the word to check for the definition, you can simply just say it. For example, onomatopoeia. there. Next we have Messages, Messenger, Minimalist. Minimalist is just a simple to-do list app. We have MyFitnessPal. This is really great if you're tracking your calories, if you're tracking your food intake, but I mainly use this to monitor my water intake because I am really bad at drinking water, so I always need to monitor it. Next we have the Nike Run Club, which I, to be honest, have not used yet, but I am planning to start running next week, and I'm planning to just do one of the running programs they have. We have Now Playing, Phone, Photos, Podcasts, Radio. Sorry, I'm just running through those because I don't use them. Reminders I use sometimes when I go to the grocery and I don't really want to have my phone out. We have Remote Settings, Spotify, which again I use all the time. As I mentioned, you can change the volume, you can change the music, you can pause, play, everything that you do on the phone. And we have Stopwatch, Sweat. I don't use, by the way, because it's paid and I didn't realize it was paid, so I'm gonna delete that soon. We have Telegram, Timer. We have Viber, Voice Memos. I haven't tried using voice memos on the watch yet. We have Walkie Talkie, which is just a little fun way to communicate with others with an Apple Watch. We have Wallet, Weather, Workout. Workout is really great. It's a great app to monitor your workout. So for example, recently I have been indoor cycling. They have a workout for that. That way you can accurately track how many calories you burned. They have a bunch of other workouts as well, so it's more accurate rather than just having a general calorie counter. We have World Clock and Zero. So Zero is an intermittent fasting app. This app is to track your fasting. It's not accurate right now because I haven't updated it in a few days. So yeah, those are all the apps that I have on my Apple Watch. Honestly, I feel like I still have not maximized my Apple Watch, and I feel like I could do so much more with all its features. So if you have an Apple Watch and you have any like tips or hacks or tricks that you want to share, or your favorite apps as well that you think are like amazing and you want people to try them out, make sure to comment them down below. And as for, is it worth it? Is it an essential? I would say not really, honestly. Like, I could definitely do without this. The only reason I wanted this was, again, for the look of it. Yeah, so that's really it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Bye, girl!